Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Walmart parking lot. It is now Tuesday, December the 18th, 2018, late at night, and I am making a follow-up to the last video where I asked for help with 3 questions. Just wanted to say, you guys really came through for me a lot more than I ever expected. I got more comments on that video than I've ever gotten on any other video, and you guys gave me the perfect feedback, the exact feedback I was asking for, and I really appreciate it from you guys. Thank you so much. The 3 questions were, number 1, I need suggestions on festivals to schedule for next year. Number 2 was, why am I losing subscribers? And number 3 being, am I weird for loving solitude? I think I'm going to go ahead and start with number 3 because that seemed to be the one that everybody wanted to answer first. Now, the reason why I asked this question and really got to looking at myself and wondering this is because I had just got done watching the movie Eat, Pray, Love, which was adapted from a book written by Elizabeth Gilbert. And I had listened to the audiobook before watching the movie. And Elizabeth Gilbert is a selfish, kind of a terrible person that leaves a lot of broken hearts and a lot of broken lives in her wake, but she has a way of overanalyzing until things get bent and justified to make her come out looking like the good guy. And she just makes friends with everyone, and I absolutely love her. I think she's one of the best writers that we have nowadays. And in the movie and in the book, she said that she's never been more than about a week between relationships. That was before the events that brought her to write Eat, Pray, Love. And that's why she wrote it, was because she saw that as a problem and she needed to learn how to be alone. But I got to wondering about it. It's like, am I on the other end of that? Am I the extreme on the other side? Because I am 37 years old, and as far as romantic relationships, I've only ever been in one. And even then, it only lasted about 6 months. And I was the one that ended it. There are plenty of resources out there for people like me that are not real socially adept. There's phone applications and dating sites and speed dating where if I put some effort into it, I could be putting myself out there and finding dates if I wanted to. But I don't feel the urgency to. And anytime somebody says, well, you're going to die alone, I don't feel that panic. I'm not like, oh, you're right, I better go find someone. I like my alone time, I like my solitude, and is it to the point where it's a problem? So that's why I asked you guys that. Of all the people that replied to that question, the overwhelming response that I got was that I am very different. I have a different lifestyle, different way of thinking, a different way of looking at the world, and I walk to the beat of my own drum. But I'm not weird, and I'm not creepy, and I'm a little bit more of a people person and a conversationalist than I give myself credit for. And so, to all of you out there that put that nice response, again and again, I appreciate it. I really thank you guys. Y'all really came through for me on that one. Now, on the second question, why am I losing subscribers? Some people wanted to suggest it was because YouTube glitching and unsubscribing people automatically for unknown reasons, which is something I've actually noticed. There's a few channels that I really like, and I went in to go check if they had updated, and all of a sudden the button shows that I'm unsubscribed, and I did not unsubscribe to them. So that could be happening. There might be people that are just getting bumped off. The other reason why it might be happening is simply because people are becoming unhappy with my content, and they've given me a few reasons why. First off, I'm not making travel vlogs. That's because I'm kind of staying in Tennessee for a few weeks. So I'm not doing the whole scenery passing by the window and historic sites and festivals and fairs and stuff like that. Now, I kind of felt like that was getting a little redundant because it seems like after you've seen a bunch of carnival rides and easy ups in a side street and a bunch of trees and stuff, once you've seen that a couple of times, why would you want to keep seeing it? So I was trying to move away from that because I kind of felt like it was getting redundant. But now that I am, you guys seem to be unhappy. Apparently you are not tired of seeing that yet. So that's good for me because I've got plenty more to show you. So I am going to get back to doing that. Also, the fact that I am staying stationary, even though I'm used to a mobile life, it has made me a little more irritable and kind of pent up, which is starting to come through on the videos as kind of a negative attitude. And so I've kind of channeled that into making a bunch of extra rant videos. And I've always enjoyed watching rant videos. Some, for instances, would be like Francis from Boogie2988, or the Nostalgia Critic, or the Angry Video Game Nerd, or even as far back as the kid from Brooklyn. These kind of exaggerated rants where people get overly angry about minor annoyances. And I was kind of trying to make rant videos like that because I find them entertaining. But apparently, you guys do not. You're used to my content being a little more lighthearted and breezy and a little bit funny. And me just switching over to making a bunch of rant videos has made some of you unhappy. Which is a surprise for me because I always kind of felt like bad news sells. People like to hear top 10 worst of list. People like the negative. They like to see people get angry and rant. That was my view of the world, is that's the kind of things that people want to see. But apparently the audience that I have developed on this channel, y'all are not like that. You do not want to see the rants and the negativity and the whining. And so I'm going to curtail that. I'm not going to do the rants. I can't say that I'm never going to do another rant video. I am probably going to make fun of sports fans a little bit. I'm going to make fun of rednecks a little bit. This is my channel. Those are the kinds of things I like to make fun of, and it's going to trickle in. But from now on, I'm going to clarify before I start a rant video that I am only acting and I'm only exaggerating this for entertainment purposes, that I am not really that negative in real life. Next, I've had a lot of people suggest that I take advantage of my artistic ability and start adding illustrations to the videos to try to kind of ride that wave where things like Alex Clark and the Odd Ones Out and Jaden Animation and Let Me Explain Studios are just kind of blowing up right now, and that's the kind of stuff that people are saying that they want to see. I've got the ability to do it, so why don't I? Well, I've got a few reasons why I haven't done that yet. Number one is I live in a camper, so I don't really have the studio setup. It might not seem important to have a studio setup to you guys. It's just drawings, right? Well, I would need either a nice scanner on a desk with some space, probably a good Cintiq, a nice flat screen where I can bring in the artwork and add the voiceovers and the subtitles and animations to it. And most importantly, I would really need a constant source of internet. Right now, I'm running everything off my phone because I have an unlimited data plan using 4G. And that's the only way that I'm able to bring this stuff to you with the efficiency that I'm able to update, 3-4 times a week, is because of that. But I just don't have the space and resources to run a high production channel like the Odd Ones Out or anything like that. But with all the requests that I've had to at least try doing something like this, I think I'm going to give it a shot, but I'm going to go very low tech at first. I'm going to do my illustrations in a sketchbook and then put the sketchbook under a good light, snap pictures of it with my phone, just do the color correction in the phone and add it to my regular editing program, just do the voiceover, and so it'll come out more as a narrated slideshow story than an actual animation, but that's about the best I'm going to be able to do with the resources that I have. Now, if I get a lot of positive responses to it, I'll probably put more effort into it then. And also remember, when I do start putting these out, I can't put them out as often as I put out these videos. These travel vlogs, I can put out 3 or 4 of them a week with no problem. But drawings take time to make. Stories take time to write. And so when I do put them out, it's not going to be very, very often, but I'm going to do my best to try to get some out there for you guys. The next big suggestion that I got for something to add to my channel was tips and tricks videos. For the mobile lifestyle. How do you get started? What are you going to need? Where do you find places to take showers, use the bathroom, park overnight, stay warm, stay cool, find a hot meal for cheap and keep everything profitable? How do you do it? How do you start the business? What do you need to get started? All that kind of neat stuff. And I've hesitated to make tips and tricks videos because there's already tons of them out there. Tons of them. But you guys are requesting them. Y'all want to hear some tips and tricks videos from me, and I'm honored, and I'm willing to make them. I've got some ideas, some lists I've already started, so it's going to be coming in throughout the year. Keep an eye out for the tips and tricks videos. And now the final question, the one about suggestions for festivals and fairs in your area. I've gotten some really good replies. I'm going to write them all down and start looking into them, see their average attendance and how many years they've been doing it. Give the coordinators a call, see if I can get some of these on my schedule. And now that video that I'm doing the follow-up for, I'm going to leave it up for about another 24 hours. So if you think of any festivals in your area, please go ahead and put them on there now, because I'm about to delete that video entirely. So I need your suggestions. Please get me some new festivals for next year. And please go ahead and hit the thumbs up like button on this video as well. Leave comments, questions, suggestions, and requests. And remember, I'm doing my best to try to be more responsive and reply to as many comments as I can. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.